Tales from the Podcast is brought to you by the following generous sponsorships.
The Happy Hour News Team. Check them out at www.happyhournewsteam.com.
talesfromthepodcast.com, where you can pick up your copy of Tales of Shock and Terror #1. The Skewered Universe Podcast. And viewers like you.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Tales from the Podcast. As you can see, I am flying solo tonight. JB is not here. He is out. I believe he's doing some undercover work. I don't know. I had nothing clever, so yeah. JB's not here, so you just got me. But before we get started, you can head over to talesfromthepodcast.com to check out everything we have going on there. You can get the game, our sexy ass video game. You can check out the comic book Tales of Shock and Terror Volume 1. You can also find links to the Skewered Universe podcast, my other show that I do. And yeah, you can find links to the Patreon for Tales of the Podcast. Support what we do here. We're independent, creators and shit. So yeah, throw some support our way if you can. Let me fix my screen here so I'm within frame. I want to keep the illusion that I'm in a video store, right? So anyway, yeah, we are here to talk about another episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? And it kind of sucks because I think JB really wanted to do this episode, but, things come up, shit happens. Hey, I've missed several episodes myself for this season, so yeah, shit happens, but, maybe we can get his thoughts on it next week when he comes back. But we are talking about the episode The Tale of Badge. It's the 11th episode of Season 5. We are almost through Season 5. This has been a long journey, and it's been a hell of a ride. We don't have much longer to go. I don't know exactly. JP is more accurate on that than I am, but yeah, The Tale of Badge. It is a very simple story, but before we get there, let's talk a little bit about what went into this. It's directed by Ian Paterson. Written by Wendy Brotherland and DJ McHale. Of course, DJ McHale is involved, right? And as far as the cast goes, we have. Oh, let me see. I clicked on the wrong tab. Aiden Pendleton as Gwen. Really did not do a whole lot. There's a few things from 91 up through 96. 2 episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah, that's pretty much it. She's the main character of our story. Didn't do a whole lot there. We also have Judy Sinclair as Willie. Who, she died in 2021 at the age of 87. So, yeah. R.I.P. Tip of the cap. I'm trying to keep my glasses from, fucking with the green screen for you guys because it's crazy. But she did a lot of stuff. She was, the most recent work she did, if anyone watched the TV show Fringe, she was on like 2 episodes of that. Tons of stuff. Warehouse 13, the TV show Flashpoint. There's a lot of just these small TV shows doing, little bit appearances, nothing too crazy. Let's see if there's anything. Oh, she even did Goosebumps. So Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps coming together. We also have Roland Smith. Actually, let's skip that one. Let's save that one. We have Dylan Provencher as Trevor Riley. And another one didn't do a whole lot. Something called Mail to the Chief in 2000. I ain't even going to look that up. We have a tendency to go off the rails. I'm not even going to look this up. Also did Goosebumps. Yeah, not a whole. There's 12 things he did here, so not a huge career for this kid. We also have Charmin Sturgis as, and I clicked off the screen before I could tell you, Mrs. Riley, so the mother. And again, so far this cast, with the exception of the actress that played Willie, has not done a whole lot. And I think the only reason the actress who played Willie has done a lot is because she was older than everybody else. Like I said, she died at 87, so she was already like in her 60s, I think. 50s, maybe, when this was filmed. I don't know. Math ain't my strong suit. But yeah, Charmin Sturgis, not a whole lot of stuff. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Something called Urban Angel, More Tales of the City. I don't know. Something called Ladies' Room. Not too sure what that is. If you want to look it up, go ahead. That was back in 99, and she hasn't worked since. Then to round this out, we also have James Ray as Mr. Riley. This guy looks like somebody, and I can't place if he is or not, or if he just has that look. Oh, well, shit. Apparently, he's been in a lot of stuff. He's got 68 credits. Looking to see if there's anything. Looks like there's some French stuff. Possibly. Yeah, Montreal, so there would be some French roles in there, or at least French projects. So looking down his list, he was in the Dead Zone TV show for an episode. He was in the movie The Aviator as an FBI agent. So again, another one of those that has shown up in a lot of stuff. So he and the actress that played Willie seem to have, what was her name again? Judy Sinclair. So Judy Sinclair and James Ray seem to have the longest resumes here, but nothing like substantial. Like there's not really anything that really sticks out as like, oh, they were in that. The Aviator, but he's an FBI agent, which means it could have been in a scene with like 30 other people as FBI agents. Who the fuck knows? I've never seen The Aviator. Don't plan on seeing it. But hey, if you have, cool. If you like it, cool, I guess. So yeah, that is our cast. before I jump in here, I want to. Yeah, good evening to you too, John. I am not ignoring the chat. I'm just trying to roll through this. When it's solo, it's just want to get things done. Trekopedia, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. So, the Tale of Badge. Now, this story involves magic, so of course it is a Gary story. This story starts, we are at the 16th birthday of Gwen. Her parents are celebrating. She seems kind of bummed about it a little bit. Well, actually, she seems fine, and then her brother comes in, her little brother, who is annoying as shit, kind of stealing the thunder from her about his science fair project win. So she's like, okay, whatever. She gets up and leaves, goes to her room. Then we see her grandmother named Willie goes to her room, opens this drawer, and you see this little case. It's like chest rattling around, and she goes, "Oh, we'll have none of that." And you see that scratched on it are some music notes and the name Badge. So, okay, weird. She picks up this pendant, puts it in the chest. She goes off to find Gwen in her room because Gwen went to her room. She's practicing the flute. You can tell she's still fairly new at it, or she says not really good in a few moments here, but she kind of just lays down on the bed like, 16-year-olds. We've all been there. We get it, right? Willie comes in, shows her this chest and goes, "Hey, I was given this chest by my grandmother, so now I'm giving it to you, along with this pendant called a jasper. This is yours now. She goes, but also I need to tell you about this book." And right at that point, Gwen's mom comes in and is like, "Hey, I just got a call from your music instructor saying you quit band." Gwen's like, "Yeah, I'm not good, so why even bother?" She's like, "Well, that's no reason to just quit. You can keep practicing." And Willie tells her, "Yeah, that's your talent. Your talent is music. That is your gift. You need to work at it." Of course, Gwen being 16, she's like, "Yeah, whatever, okay." Well, Gwen's mom tells Gwen, "Hey, you're going to have to babysit your brother Trevor tonight because your dad and I are going out. And Willie's going to be gone until 8. And she goes, "Well, I can't. I'm supposed to go to a party tonight." She goes, "We can't reschedule, and it's too late to call another babysitter, so you're kind of stuck." She's like, "All right, fine." So we see her dad calling to the mom, like, "Hey, we got to go. We're going to be late." So as they're leaving, Trevor sees Willie putting this chest back in her room, putting a key in like this little dish on her dresser. And he's a conniving little shit, so he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go check that out." One thing I neglected to bring up: Trevor is the smarter of the two. Apparently, he's supposed to be like the boy genius, and Gwen's like, "Why did he get all the brains and I got nothing?" It's so we can have this sibling rivalry. That's that. Anyway, so Trevor sees that. The mom's telling Gwen, "Hey, we're going to leave. We'll be back later. Willie's going out. She'll be back at 8. But when she comes back, you can head out to your party." So Gwen is happy. Parents leave. Willie takes off and says she'll be back later. Tells Trevor to behave himself. So the kids are left alone. Gwen is already fed up with Trevor. She's like, "Look, just stay out of my way. Don't cause me any trouble." And, that's it. She goes and grabs the phone, calls her friend to try and let her know that she's going to be at the party later. Well, Trevor dips out to go to Willie's room, finds this chest, pulls out the key, opens it up, and he's like, "What the hell's all this stuff?" And he sees a little flute, like a piccolo. And because he's an idiot, decides to just blow into it and play a note. Because, like I said, he's a fucking idiot. This in turn makes this little like crystal in there start glowing. The house starts rattling. The power goes out. Gwen goes to find Trevor and what he's doing because the phone died. The power's out. and the house like rattled. It was like shaking, almost like an earthquake. Well, Trevor hears her coming. He hides this chest outside of the bedroom window because, for someone who's supposed to be a genius, he's not really that fucking bright. Gwen comes in and is like, "What are you doing in here?" He's like, "Well, I was, nothing." She's like, "All right, whatever." As she walks away, we see there's like this smoke outside the window. And Trevor looks out and he's like, "Okay, well, I don't know. Bring the chest back in, puts it away, whatever." Gwen is now walking back to the front of the house and she hears somebody knock at the door. It's like, "Hello, is anybody home?" She's like, "Can I help?" He goes, "I'm looking for the setter wind." She's like, "Yeah, try next door. Nobody's here." He goes, "Oh, but may I come in?" But he says it as "come in, may I?" So it's like it seems like an old thing to say. It's very weird because there's like all this fog and smoke outside, right? She's like, "No." He goes, "Well, there's been an accident. There's been a very bad accident." She goes, "Yeah, there's a gas station a few blocks away. Go there for help." Trevor comes out. He's like, "What's going on?" She goes, "I don't know, but there's somebody out there and I don't think I want to know who it is." At this point, the doorknob starts rattling and they freak out. But then they hear Willie go, "Oh dear, I left my keys there. Can you let me in?" Gwen is relieved. So she goes, unlocks the door, opens it, and through this fog comes this creature who looks like a badger but is humanoid and tells us that Badge has returned. Gwen is like, "What the hell?" Trevor's like, he dips out of the way. He goes up to her, he goes, I need the center wind. Where's the center wind?" She's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." He goes, okay, you know, "We'll find out if you do." And Trevor yells, "Leave her alone." So Badge, using his magic, gets behind Trevor, takes him, says, "You'll bring me the center wind, and then you can have this kid back." Actually, no, what happens is he throws Trevor through the door. And then he goes, "Bring me the center wind, and you can come get him. I'll make a trade." That's it. So Gwen is now totally confused. She goes through the door and goes into this like other world. It's almost like a cave, but there's like trees and there are skeletons that are hanging from ropes with tattered clothes. They look really nasty. The set dressing here was really good. I gotta say, it was really good. She goes through and Bad shows up and he's like, "So did you bring me the center wind?" She's like, "I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're talking about." He goes, "Okay, well, you're going to have to find it." Basically tells her, "You need to find out what it is. Bring it here and I'll trade you for your brother." Gwen really wants her, but she's like, "Give me my brother back." He's like, "I'll trade you the center wind for your brother. So you need to go find out what it is. Bring it back here. Otherwise, you're going to hang in my garden and rot like all the other corpses that are hanging, all these other skeletons, obviously, over the years." And he tells her, "I've been trapped in that prison for I think it was 6 centuries, something like that. And now he's out. And that the Centerwind magic isn't as strong as his. And he's going to basically have his revenge against the Centerwind." Gwen goes back home. She's trying to figure this out. She's not sure what's happening. She's like, the Centerwind. She grabs the chest. She's trying to figure it out. And then she looks at the book. And as she's going through the book, she realizes Setterwin is the last name of these women that are pictured in this book. There are all these illustrations of these women with all their names. And she comes across one that is Wilhelmina Setterwind, Willie, her grandmother. She's like, "Oh, she's the Setterwind." She turns the page and she sees herself depicted in this book as well. She's like, "Well, that's me. What is going on?" Every woman was wearing this pendant, this jasper, because they had been given it to them by their grandmother throughout the lineage of their family's history. So, excuse me, talking. Need to hydrate, right? So she reads this little poem about how to trap the goblin. So we find out Badge is this badger-like creature, this badger-like goblin. Okay. So she decides, oh, now that I know this, I'm going to go back and I'm going to trap him and I'm going to get Trevor back. So she goes back. She's confident. She's like, show yourself and all this. And he's like, did you bring the Setterwind? And she's like, no, but I have this. He's like, okay. She recites this poem back to him. Nothing happens. And he tells her, yeah, you're young. Your magic's not strong enough yet. So you need to bring me the Setterwind, and I'll trade you your brother. Otherwise, you're still going to hang in my garden and rot. He's laying out the exact same thing again. And he's scaring her. He's about this time, as he's telling her this, Willie comes home. She goes to the door. She's trying to use her key. She can't get the door to unlock. And Gwen hears her go, hey, Gwen, are you there? Can you let me in? She goes, Willie? She goes to, because when the door is open to go into Badge's realm, there's like this light in this fog. She goes to where this is, because she knows she can open the door to get back home. Well, she opens the door, and Willie kind of floats in behind her and tells her, music is your gift. Basically like, hey, go figure it out. Music is your gift. I'll stall this guy. So Gwen takes off, and Badge confronts Willie. He's like, the Setterwind, you're here. Finally. I'm going to take your Jasper. It's going to be mine. And he grabs it. And he goes, okay, that's weird. There's no life within this. What's going on? And she goes, you're an idiot because I already passed on the power, so tough shit. He's like, okay, I see how you play. I see how you're playing. We go back to Gwen. She's in the house. She's grabbed the chest. She's trying to figure out, she's like, music is my gift. And she's looking at the chest. And she realizes the music notes and the letters that spell out Badge. The letters are music notes telling what, the scale is above it. So she figures that out. She grabs this piccolo and she starts, playing the notes. And Willie's telling Badge, like, well, I guess that's it. She's the one with the power now, and she's going to send you back. So, and as you hear these notes, you can see he's angry and starting to get drawn back. He's being pulled back into this prison that he was in. She hits all the notes. Badge is returned to this prison. Trevor is returned home. Willie comes home. And Willie tells Gwendolyn, or Gwen, her full name is Gwendolyn, it's said in the book. So you are now the keeper of Badge. This is the dark side of our Setterwind magic, and it should never be released again. You need to keep an eye on this and make sure that it is never released again. It's like, oh, that's a lot. It's like, yeah, but you'll be up for it. And then Trevor, he says some shit. He's like, oh, well, what was all that? What was going on? Blah, blah, blah. Well, Willie, I guess, has a little bit of magic left in her because she touches Trevor's head, does a little, like, swipe across, and he forgets everything that happened. He's like, oh, hey, Willie, what are you doing here? She goes, oh, I just came back from my meeting. There's some ice cream in the freezer. And he's like, sweet, and runs off. Gwen and Willie have a moment together where she goes, hey, now you're in charge of this. And that ends the episode. So, yeah, this I actually really like this one. Not only was the story good because this is dark fantasy, but the look of Badge as this humanoid badger goblin creature was it was really good for, what was it, 1996, I believe. Let me pull up the IMDb here. Yeah, this episode aired in 1995. So the look of Badge for 95, they must have had somebody on who knew how to do these special effects makeup because it was so good. It looks so good. They even had the yellow contacts for the eyes. There was so much detail in this makeup that for a television show you wouldn't think would be there. You think they would have just slapped a couple appliances on real quick and been like, close enough, let's go. No, it was a full head prosthetic, hand prosthetics. The hands even looked good. I really liked this story. This sort of coming of age story, realizing that you do have a talent. That was the whole story that Gary had in the beginning, is everyone has a talent. You don't need to know all that. You can watch the episode to see all that. We're here for the meat of the story, which is the actual episode, right? Not the wraparound stuff. Although, fuck Tucker, he's an asshole. That's what we say every week here now, right? This was a fun story. I really, really liked it. It helped that the look of Badge was really good. And looking at IMDb's rating, as you know, we look at that. They give it 6.7 out of 10 stars. I'm like, okay, 6.7 out of 10. That's pretty good. I myself, I'm gonna give this like a 9.5 because I really like the whole thing. This fantasy of passing down magic. It's letting people realize, like, if you have a talent, just work at it a little bit more. Everyone has some kind of a talent, whether you think you're good at it or not. If you just work a little harder, you'll figure it out. But the handing down of magic, and then the look of Badge as being the dark side of their magic. So there's a dark side and a good side, and they've banished the dark side, so they're not tempted by it. It seems it was just a really well-rounded story. I liked it all. Yeah, it's a 9.5 for me. I had a lot of fun. I wish JB would have let me know what he thought of this one, but I also failed as a co-host to reach out to him before tonight to find out what he thought about this. So let's see. I'm going to catch up on some comments here that everybody's leaving. You're good. Okay, cool. Thanks, Trip. Then what was that? Oh, you just got home from work, watching me feel the fear. Hey, that was private, and you should not be sharing that you had access to that. Okay. God damn it. Okay, Slasher Friends, this episode is mostly focused on finding your own hidden talents. Right, which I really like that. And I also like the aspect of the handing down of magic. Anything like that, I'm always kind of a sucker for, because it's really, if it's well done. This was well done. And I like the fact that, obviously, if you listen to the grandmother speak, you can tell she's like of Irish ancestry. So there's this whole Irish folklore that could be tied in. It was really well done. It was well written, well acted, with the exception of the kid that played Trevor, but he really wasn't in it that much and didn't factor in, except he was a little fucking asshole. Oh, yeah. Gotta get a drink of water there. What else did you say, Slasher Fred? I see you got another comment here. The scene of Badge at the door, which he first appears as dark fog, almost very similar to that animated movie When a Stranger Calls Back. You know, I have never seen When a Stranger Calls or When a Stranger Calls Back, so I'm gonna have to check those out. Until then, I'm gonna take your word for it, because you seem to have an in-depth knowledge, Slasher Fred, and I appreciate that. So yeah, I I really don't have a whole lot else, guys. I really don't. This was a really good episode. It was really fun. If you haven't seen this, go check it out. It is available to watch on YouTube. The Tale of Badge, and just look at what the character Badge looks like. It is so good. You know what? I didn't even go back and tell you who played Badge. I just realized I went through all of that, meant to come back, and I did not. So playing Badge was Roland Smith, and he did not do a whole lot. Worked from 84 up to 95. He was in an episode of some show called Sirens. I don't know if anybody remembers that. If you heard me burp, I apologize. Sorry, I had to mute myself because that would have been real fucking gross to hear. Yeah, Jagged Alliance, Vendetta 2, The New Mafia. I don't know. It was a TV movie. Yeah, so he didn't work a lot. And I don't know what he did as Siren. I think I remember the show Sirens for some reason. You know what? We're going to take a detour here because that's what we do. I am going to look and see what this was exactly. The personal and professional life of 3 female Pittsburgh police officers. Yeah, I think I do remember this being on. I think, yeah. Looking at the images from the cast, yeah, I remember seeing. Oh man, Montreal TV show. So, cop show on ABC. I thought it was in syndication. I'm falling down a rabbit hole here, guys. I'm trying to see if there's any trivia or anything about this. There is. Okay. There's not much trivia, but there's 2 pieces of trivia. One we don't care about, just talking about actors who got married. But the second piece of trivia for this show, Siren, says an early suggested name for the show was Panty Shields. What the fuck? It's a show about cops. You want to call it Panty Shields? You know, I don't even know what the fuck is happening anymore. I really don't. I really, really don't know what's happening anymore. I went too far. I'm like, what the hell? Who's this person? No, I was past the cast. So, yeah, I think I remember this show, but I not like I watched it, but oh my god. I don't want to translate the page from German. Just what the hell is going on? Why is my browser asking me to translate pages from German? What is happening? What is happening? All right. I don't know. Oh, Tim Thomerson, if anybody's seen the Doll Man or the Trancers movies. Or I believe he was also in shit. Now I have to look him up because I don't want to say something that's not true. I was also in Near Dark. And I want to make sure I'm right because I believe it's a movie that I've seen. I have to make sure what it is before I tell you. God, the guy's done so much. I'm gonna have to really scroll. Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going down a fucking rabbit hole here. I know. But we tend to do this at least once or twice an episode, right? Unless we're just feeling like we need to get the fuck out of here. Okay, is it? Wasn't he? Okay, hang on. I'm looking to see. Oh, he was in Uncommon Valor. Yep. He was Colonel Ted Masters in Iron Eagle. Yeah, that's where I knew him from because I watched that movie growing up so many fucking times. It's ridiculous, but it's an 80s crazy action. Think of it's not quite on the level of something like a Red Dawn where it's kind of serious, but it's kind of in that same similar vein, similar thing. So, yeah, Iron Eagle. That's where I know Tim Thomerson from. But yeah, I'm sorry. This cast for Sirens. I'm looking to see if there's anybody else in here that. Jesus Christ. All right, this isn't the Sirens cast. This is Tales from the Podcast. We're talking about Are You Afraid of the Dark? I highly, highly, highly recommend that you guys check out this episode if you haven't already. Like I said, I give it a 9.5. It's a lot of fun. The look of Badge is fun. The look of his realm is fun. The fact that they have these skeletons hanging from these nooses throughout his place. And at one point, he even confronts Gwen and he's holding a noose. I'm like, holy shit, this is a kid's show. And he's basically holding it like, bitch, if you don't bring me what I want, I'm going to lynch your ass. And you're just going to hang here and rot. It's like, fuck. It's that dark fantasy. And when those episodes really hit, they're really good. Now, it being a Gary story, and having to do with magic. The reason it didn't get a 10 is because when Gary stories usually deal with magic, they give us Sardo. There was no Sardo. I mean, I know we got Sardo in the last episode, but you can never have too much Sardo. It's just like you can never have too much Vink, but when Frank left, Vink disappeared too. So I guess that was our last hurrah with Sardo, but this is a very, very, very solid episode. I think had I watched this as a kid, this would have stuck with me, especially the character of Badge. It may have been something that I forgot about, but that character look stuck with me. You know, there's those things that you remember as a kid. They just stick with you, and then as an adult, you try to remember what it was. And then when you finally figure it out, like the entire memory unlocks. That's basically what I think it would have been for me as a kid had I seen this and then come back to it as an adult. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. We got nothing else. There was one episode. I'm doing this on my own. I mean, unless you want me to sit here and play with my voice, Mom.
Talk to you about how we have a video game called Tales from the Podcast, the fucking video game. Oh, yeah. You can sling cum socks at enemies, and it is so worth the $10. If you want cheatbot access, it's only $5 more. So reach down in those pockets, pull out the money, and buy a game. A fun game. A real fucking fun, sexy game. As you can tell.
I have way too much fun with this thing. I am a perpetual child. Burly Jeff is back.
Oh, that's right, Trichopedia. You know you love it when the baritone kicks in. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm just having fun. You know, you got to do this solo. You gotta make it fun. There's nobody to play off of except you guys in the chat. So, hey, you know, it is what it is. But we have a good time here, right? We fuck around. We talk about a children's show. We make inappropriate jokes, and we just have fun. Although there's one other voice here.
The Tales from the Podcast. We neither get busy having fun or get busy telling people to go fuck themselves. They don't buy a video game.
When I found that voice, I was like, oh, cool. I can be like a weird Morgan Freeman type. Anyway, that's it, guys. The Tale of Badge. I say you go check it out. You got access to YouTube. You have the internet, right? If you're here, you obviously have internet, unless we're beaming this directly into your brain like Prince of Darkness. Somehow we're in the future beaming it back to the past to you. This is not a dream. Anyway, go to the website, talesfromthepodcast.com. If you head over there, you can find all the links to all of our stuff. The link to buy the video game, which is only $10. And like I said, cheatbot access is only $5 more. It is a really fun game, a retro style RPG. Check it out. We put a lot of time and effort into testing. JB put a lot of time and effort into getting that thing made. So if you guys haven't bought it yet, buy it. Share it around if you know anybody who likes those type of games and is into horror and all that kind of stuff. They might enjoy it. Buy it for somebody as a gift. Send them the file as a gift, because once you pay, we send you the file. It's yours forever. While you're there, you can also check out Tales of Shock and Terror Volume 1. You can get yourself a copy while supplies last. I don't know how many are left in stock, but whatever's left, buy a copy now while you can, in preparation for Tales of Shock and Terror Volume 2, which is on the horizon. I know there's some cool things coming up with that. I don't know a whole lot. I know that there's some cool things coming your way with that. That is about all that I know, because I haven't been given a whole lot else. I didn't take part in it, so I'm kind of being kept in the dark too, which I like. I like that, because then I can't possibly spill the beans about the dildo monster. No, I'm kidding. That's not in there. That's not in there. Yeah, Tales of Shock and Terror Volume 1. Get your copy now in anticipation of Tales of Shock and Terror Volume 2. There's also links to the Patreon over there. You can go support the show that way. There's also links to my other show, Skeward Universe Podcast, where you can go over there and listen to back episodes. We have been on hiatus over there for a while. Our dog had ACL surgery about 8 weeks ago now, 7 weeks ago. So we've been working through the rehabilitation process, getting her back on the mend, getting her to start walking again. It has been a crazy time, but she's doing really well. She's starting to walk on a leash again more frequently. So yeah, we're almost back to normal. And once we get back, we will be recording on a more regular schedule. And just let you know, our next episodes, depending on how long we run, is going to be talking about the new season of Black Mirror. Not our traditional style of interstellar interstitials, because that would take way too fucking long. But we're going to talk about the ups and downs of the season, what we liked, what we didn't like, and all that kind of stuff. So keep tuned to when Skeward Universe Podcast comes back. And I think that's pretty much it. Nobody else got anything? Nobody in the store here? There's nobody else here. It's just me. Me and the shelves of movies. Nobody wants to go watch movies with me. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And yeah, so next week we will be doing, oh hell, what is next week's episode? Might as well go ahead and tell you guys what it is, since I'm here. Got nothing better to do, right? Plus, we're only at what? Oh, we haven't even gone 45 minutes yet. Holy shit, I've been talking on my own for almost 45 minutes. Damn, that's good. That's good. So if I look here, and I see that our next episode is going to be The Tale of the Jagged Sign. So that is season 5, episode 12, if you guys want to check that out ahead of time. Yeah, that's next week's show. We're going to be doing that. I really don't have anything else to say. Sorry, I'm sitting here also adjusting shit in our shared document for the schedule. So apologies. I'm doing this all on the fly when I should be doing it afterwards. But yeah, next week, The Tale of the Jagged Sign. And then the week after that is the final episode of season 5. And then you'll have to stay tuned for after that episode, because we're going to go back to a movie. So in a couple of weeks' time, we're going to be talking about Warriors of Virtue. But that's in a few weeks. Next week, The Tale of the Jagged Sign. So make sure you tune in. This has been a lot of fun. Trekopedia, you know damn well that we're going to feel the fear. So thank you again, guys. This has been Tales from the Podcast. My name is Jeff, in case you didn't realize that. The name's on the screen. I don't know why I'm telling you. You know what? It is what it is, man. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Thanks again for tuning in, and we will see you next week. And let's close out with something a little fun, shall we? That's not the end. I promise. You know what? I think you guys need a little something special. And it's been a little while since we played it. So yeah, we'll see you next week.
Can I help you with that?
Are you sure?
Absolutely. My lady is in distress, and I'm here to rescue her.
Thanks. They say chivalry's dead, but I think you're making a pretty strong case for its revival.
Well, I'm always ready to help a beautiful lady. I help the ugly ones as well, but I definitely say you're in the former camp. Where am I taking this?
Well, it's only a few streets away. I'm moving in with my boyfriend,
Fuck
Ian.
Hello there. You must be Quick Finch's granddaughter. You're much better looking than he is. Imagine trying to kiss that. They look heavy. Let me take these to your table.
Thank you, handsome. The gin and tonic's for my sister, Ruth.
Okay.
This one is for Stacey.
Hello.
And if you could hand this one to my boyfriend.
Fuck you. Whiskey! Look at that woman over there. No, you by the estate agents.
What, the woman? Well, she wants to buy a house.
You're so naive. Are you still reading those women's magazines?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, where you see champagne, I see She clearly wants to be picked up.
What makes you such an expert?
I wasn't made an expert. I was born one. Watch this. So why would a beautiful woman like you be looking at flats in a neighborhood like that? Mongelese FM?
What does that mean?
It means why put bay windows on a shit house? Clearly, a woman as beautiful as you would be living in Kensington Gardens.
Really? You think so?
I don't think so. I know so.
That's exactly what my boyfriend was saying the other day.
Fuck you. Hello there, beautiful.
Oh, hello.
Yourself.
I guess I needed a shorter lead. Oh,
yeah?
thank you so much. You're such a gentleman.
Well, it has been said that I'm a gentleman, but never a gentleman. Can I accompany you on your journey?
Sure. I've got to get Scruffy back to my boyfriend and then...
Fuck you.
Seafood!
You're quite an enigma, sir.
Really?
We have walked almost 2 miles, and yet you have spoken but 3 words. If I were bolder, I'd say you were in love, sir. Ah, a swing! How charming. You made this, didn't you, Master Fairy?
I would be honoured if my lady were to christen the rope folly I have erected. Oh, yes. I say, over here.
Sir, it's Rupert. Look, on the horse. Yoo-hoo!
Hello. A friend of yours, I presume?
My fiancé.
Fuck you!